Dear you, you wanted this war, this bullshit. This battle you say has been prominent in your life since day one, without ever copping to the fact that you've waged it on everyone and everything else, so that you can be excused for not ever turning your talents into skills. You've become a second-rate archer. You seek out easy targets and act like the bullseye took an enormous amount of precision to hit. And you fill the occasional free moments in your day with senseless iPhone scanning of useless emails and foot porn so that your conscience can't be bombarded with the truth. The truth that you've been avoiding all your life. That you have the capability to do what you want and exactly the way you want it. But your fear always takes a front seat, and you blame your childhood and the women that deceived you and the bullies that pounded you. Cry me a fucking river. I hope your tears drown your sissy ass. Because there's multitudes of rogues who have been through way worse shit than you, and they're in the penthouse waving and laughing at you, whining like a bitch down on the curb. So, we both know you like to play games. I'm going to play the biggest game I can play with you. I'm about to tell you some things you already know. Stop coming from a place of lack. You need to get that the only thing you could ever be without is the understanding that you'll always have enough. You are not complex. The desire to describe your life as a discrete calculus equation is a mathematical tactic to avoid being fucking scared to admit that it's really simple. And notice I didn't say easy. I said simple. You can't steal ambition and you can't fake focus. Your true mojo comes from knowing the only thing you can ever trust is hard work. Stop putting yourself on display. Nobody really gives a shit for very long about how you look, and if they do, then that's all they'll ever care about anyway. While you're watching porn, somebody else is out there doing it for real, and probably better than the goons you're jerking off to. Stop talking about what you deserve. The only thing all of us deserve is a chance, and the number of chances you forfeit is directly related to the pounds of horse shit you vomit when talking about what great shit you've got coming your way. Stop hijacking phrases from books and holding conversations hostage, with you repeating those words as if you came up with them. Those listening will know you're lying, and although most won't call you out on it, all of them will look at you differently after your masquerade. Understand that finding that one thing that will finally convince someone you're right is likely to drain every drop of juice from you. Save your batch and sidestep the argument. Rarely is it ever that fucking important. Don't scare a woman with your temper. The reason why you're getting way too loud with a 95-pound female is because you secretly hate yourself for being silent toward a 300-pound man when it counts. If your romantic relationship is all about push and pull, don't tell your friends it's a glorious give and take. Don't think traveling is all that crucial, especially when you mistake exploration for escape. Chances are the future utopia you're pining to get to will just become a spot for you to sulk in while you dwell on the circumstances and place you just fucking ran from. If you assume that one person has all the answers, then you're asking all the amateur questions. You must stop being afraid of being judged, because learning how to make someone feel a certain way towards you does not make you clever. It makes you controlling. And of course, you'll spend your days worrying what they're thinking when you're with them, and ashamed of who you've become when you're alone. Being an effective advisor doesn't mean actively seeking out those who are desperately seeking advice. Thinking of suicide may just be the result of being in a bad mood. Move the fuck on. Loving unconditionally doesn't mean regardless of malicious choices. Being a pushover in love will turn you into a doormat. And if you think that everyone doesn't notice her wiping her shoes all over you, you're fucking stupid. They all see it, but figure you're far too gone to heed their warning. You can leave this world out of spite and return, if you're lucky, with regret. And regret will make you walk around with an arsenal of arguments to use on anyone that tries to get close to you. For kindness from others now means the letdown from them later, which leads to more regret. You fucked yourself for being spiteful. There are many ways for you to learn if you just let go of the incessant need to teach all the goddamn time. If you start complaining about anything, then you have to ask yourself one question that will always apply. When did your wanting stop and your settling begin? If your talent in bed with a new recruit is based on past lovers, then you'd better realize the same applies to her. Don't ever forget that if you don't take care of your woman, then somebody else will. Stop being a fucking sleuth, by the way. The reason why you're searching for someone else's secrets is because you're harboring some from them. And you need to understand that real relationships don't end. They just change. So, get yourself together, dude. Quit pussying out on your life by trying to be a good man. Be good at being a man. You know how. You just forgot for a little while. Now go get him. Your comrade. Me.